welcome to your channel Geography for Success. And in the earlier video we had discussed about the mechanism of monsoons. Now in this video we are going to start with the different seasons we have in India. Okay, so all 4 seasons we are going to discuss. What are the temperature and pressure conditions during these 4 seasons, and along with these we are going to discuss about a few local winds which blow in the Indian subcontinent during different seasons. Before I start with this, I must tell you one thing, that if you like this video, anyhow you feel that this is going to help you out in preparing this topic, so you should share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe the channel so that you are going to get the notifications related to the latest videos which I am going to upload in this channel. So let's start with it. Now we have to discuss first of all the different seasons, right? Now for that, a little recap of the various monsoon conditions and all that in India. We have already discussed, and I hope that all these things are very clear to you now. The southwest monsoons, which blow from the southwestern direction during the summer season, right? And they cause heavy rainfall almost in the entire Indian subcontinent. Clear? After that, these monsoons start reversing back, and that is called as the retreating of monsoons, right? After that, again during the winter season, the winds start blowing, these monsoons start blowing from northeast direction towards the southwest direction. Now these monsoons are called as the northeast monsoons, and these are also called as winter monsoons. Okay, so all these seasons which we are going to discuss here, all these seasons are somehow, these all are interrelated with the coming and going back of the monsoons. Okay, so let's start with it now. The first season we have to discuss here in India during the summer season, right? That is actually called as the hot dry summers. The first season, okay, hot dry summers, right? Now this season actually starts from the month of March and till the month of June, you can say, it continues. Okay, and this is the period when you will find maximum part of India. This is the period when you will find children in the maximum part of India. The temperature conditions are high. Okay, now during March, April and May, these are the months, and especially till June, you can say mid of June, right? That is the period. During this period, most of the areas in India get direct sun rays, because this is the period when the sun rays are falling almost vertically in the northern hemisphere, right? Okay, from the equator to the Tropic of Cancer, in between that the direct sun rays fall, right? Now maximum part of India, especially in the interior parts of India, you will get the temperatures are quite high. Okay, during the hot summers, right? And because of very high temperature, many times, you know, the temperature reaches to almost 48-50 degrees. The plains of India, right? In the plains of India, you will find the temperature reaches to 48 degree, 45, 48. These are common things now, right? Many times it reaches to 50 degrees centigrade. Clear? In extreme western side of the plains, you'll find many times the temperature reaches to 50. So this is actually the temperature condition during the hot summers. Okay, now this is not the condition in the entire part of India, right? The temperatures are high, but not that high as you will find in the interiors of India. Okay, now what about the coastal areas? In the coastal areas, you will find the temperatures are comparatively a little less, but still it is high. Okay, now in the coastal area, why it is a little less? Because of the influence of the Yes, because of the influence of the sea breeze and land breeze. So these areas, especially the coastal areas, you'll find the temperatures remain comparatively a little lower than the temperatures what we have in the interior parts of India. So one thing, in the interiors of Indian subcontinent, or you can say the northern plains of India, experience extremely high temperature during the hot summers, right? Hot and dry summers, the first season of India. Okay, now at that time in the coastal areas, because of the influence of sea and land breeze, the temperatures remain a little less. Okay, and as we go towards the northern sides which are totally covered by the high mountains, okay, the Himalayas, so there again the temperatures are lower. What is the reason for the low temperature here? Because of the altitude, right? Because all of us know very well that the temperatures actually get affected by the altitude also. As we go higher up, at every 165 meters of ascent, there is a fall of 1 degree centigrade temperature. Okay, and this is the reason over the high mountainous area, over these high mountainous area, or you can say the Himalayas, the temperatures get lower at that time. And that is why most of the time, during the hot summers when we feel very hot, many times the people want to go to the hill stations. What is the reason? Actually, this is the fact. This is the reason behind it, that over the hill stations, the temperatures are lower than the plain areas. Okay. So, during hot summers, this is the condition, children. Now, what about the pressure conditions? Just now we have discussed the temperature, right? Now, what about the atmospheric pressure conditions? During that time, because of extremely high temperatures in the interior parts of India, what type of pressure will develop now? The low pressure develops here. Okay? In the interior parts of India, in the plains of India, you'll find a low pressure develops. Okay? And because this area has got extreme high temperature, the low pressure starts developing here, and this becomes a reason for the attraction of the winds towards this side. The monsoons which originate just after the end of summers, right? Because of these extreme high temperature conditions which originate in this part, right? The winds get attracted. Actually, the southeast trade winds below the equator, as they cross the equator, they get actually a little bent, or you can say they get a little deflected towards their right side. Okay, and they come towards in some subcontinent in the form of the southwest monsoons. These are the winds which take this direction and they come as southwest monsoons, right? And why towards India? Because of this extreme low pressure area which develops in this part. Understood, children? So this is the first season we have to discuss, right? Along with this, one more thing I must tell you here. Because of very high temperature conditions, during hot summers, one more thing you must have noticed also. Very hot winds blow, and several times you'll find thunderstorms are developed and dusty winds blow, and that creates somewhat like stormy conditions, right? You must have felt also many times Andhi, Andhi is a common thing during the summer season in India, right? In the plains of India, right? Andhi, that is what I am saying. Okay, thunderstorms and all these things actually are very common during the summers because of very low pressure conditions which develop in the northern plains of India. Okay, this is all about the hot and dry summer season. Now come to the next season after that, which is caused because of the summers, right? Now what is it? It is southwest monsoon season. Okay, second season is southwest monsoon season, and in general we also call it in India as rainy season. The reason being naturally because all over the entire you can say subcontinent heavy rainfall is caused during this particular season. Okay, so this is actually the rainy season, or we can say southwest monsoon season. Now what is it? Because of extreme low pressure which develops in the interior parts of India, right? The winds get attracted towards towards Indian subcontinent, and as they enter from the southwest direction, right? These winds are well known as the southwest monsoon winds. And why these are the season itself has been named as southwest monsoon season. Why? Because this is a season which is especially affected by total effect of monsoons can be seen. As these monsoons come from the ocean side, they carry a lot of moisture with them, right? You can see here, these winds come from this direction. As they come from this direction, they carry a lot of moisture and they cause heavy rainfall in maximum part of India, right? That depends. Locally it keeps changing, but yes, maximum part of India gets rainfall during this season. And what is this season? This is almost from the second half of June, you can say, until the September month. Okay, mid of September, you can see. This is the actual season when we have the summer monsoons, or the other way you can say the southwest monsoons. Now what are the important things about it? Temperatures remain equally high during this season because of the hot summer conditions, right? The temperatures still remain very high. Okay, second thing, because of the rainfalls which are caused in different parts, right? The temperature little bit gets affected, right? In the interior parts of India, a little relief is felt by the people because of the coming of the monsoons. Okay, now what about the rainfall? Rainfall is actually by the southwest monsoon winds. The rainfall is caused in certain parts very heavy, right? In some other parts comparatively little less rainfall, and certain parts are there which get very scanty rainfall, very less rainfall. Okay, so here a little bit we can discuss about the amount of rainfall which are received in different parts. Okay, there is one important part which gets heavy rainfall by the southwest monsoons, right? Which is this part. The first region you can say which gets very heavy rainfall by the southwest monsoons is the western slope of the Western Ghats, right? Western slope of the Western Ghats, or it can be said as the windward side of the Western Ghats. What is windward side? The side of mountain which faces the wind, right? That is called windward side, and the other side of it is called as the leeward side. Okay, now here let's see here, it will be very clear by this picture and the map side by side I am showing you here, right? So that you will be very clear in this, right? As the southwest monsoons enter here, right, in the southern parts of India, they are actually they get interrupted by the Western Ghats. These are the Western Ghats. In the map you can see here, children, these are the Western Ghats, the brown colored area, these are the Western Ghats. Clear? Now these Western Ghats actually interrupt these winds. So as I told you earlier that these winds carry heavy, actually they are heavily laden with moisture. So what is the result? On one side of the Western Ghats, very heavy rainfall is caused. Okay, the windward side, the side of Western Ghat which is facing the wind, right, that gets very heavy rainfall. Clear? And as these winds proceed further, after crossing the Western Ghat, they move towards the interior parts of the peninsular region. Here the rainfall gets a little less. The reason being because this area is actually lying on the leeward side of the Western Ghats. Clear? In the map again I am telling you, in this entire interior parts of India, the rainfall gets less. The reason is it lies on the leeward side of the Western Ghats. Clear now? Okay. Now these southwest monsoons, they cause heavy rainfall on this first region is the western slope of the Western Ghats. Okay. Another region which gets heavy rainfall is the northeastern parts of India, right? Northeastern Hills, you can say. Clear? This part, Northeastern Hills. Now these Northeastern Hills are actually having the same as you can say Garo, Khasi, Jaintia. All these hills are lying within that region. Okay. And two more important things are there. Monsoon and Cherrapunji, these two places are also lying within that. Right? So you can easily relate, because if you see here in the earlier video we have already discussed the southwest monsoons get bifurcated because of this shape of the Indian peninsula. These winds get bifurcated, they get divided into two parts, right? Arabian Sea branch causes rainfall along the western slope of the Western Ghats, right? But the other one, Bay of Bengal branch, goes straight upside like this, and it causes rainfall on the northeastern hills, right? So the two different branches of the southwest monsoons cause heavy rainfall during this season in two different parts, right? So these are the heaviest rainfall regions, you can say, in India. But moderate rainfall is received in the entire, you can say, the interior parts of the peninsular region and the plains of India. And as we further, we can see here, the very scanty rainfall is received in two regions, which are, number one is the Aravalli ranges, right? Or you can say the Thar desert region, right? Very close to Aravalli range. And the other one is lying in the north, extreme northern parts, you can say, which is here the Leh and Ladakh region. Okay. Now, why these two regions are getting scanty rainfall when other regions are getting very heavy rainfall? For that, again, you should understand. First, let's take the example of Thar desert. Okay, Thar desert, or you can say the Rajasthan area. Okay, this one. Now Thar desert has developed because of the, the direction of Aravalli ranges is such that they are almost parallel to the direction of the monsoon winds. Okay, Aravalli ranges, you can see here, these are the Aravalli ranges in the map. Clear? And these Aravalli ranges, when the Arabian Sea branch of monsoon, when it enters from here, it proceeds further like this. Okay. As it moves like this, you can see Aravalli ranges are lying like this here in the map. Clear? And as these two are lying parallel to each other, these winds are not obstructed at all by the Aravalli ranges. These are not interrupted by the Aravalli ranges. So, what is the result? Even if they carry a heavy amount of moisture, right? They don't cause any rains in this part of the Indian plains, right? And they just cross over this part without causing any rains in this region, and thus developing into a very dry area, right? This is just one part of the southwest monsoon, which is, you can say, the Arabian Sea branch. Now, what about the other branch, the Bay of Bengal branch? You can see here again, Bay of Bengal branch, as it enters this part, right? We have discussed already in the earlier video. One part of it goes straight, causing heavy rainfalls in the northeastern hill region, right? A part of it again moves along the foothill of the Himalayas towards the western side. As it moves towards the western side, it is again dropping down all the moisture in the way, and ultimately when it reaches this part, very close to Aravalli range, right, towards the eastern side of the Aravalli range, a little rainfall is caused by Bay of Bengal branch of southwest monsoon. Why a little rainfall? Because it has dropped all the moisture in the way. Understood? As it is not having any more moisture left with it, so whatever is there with it, children, it causes that amount of rainfall. Have you understood? And so whatever amount of rainfall it has, it drops here on one side of Aravalli range, right? That is towards the eastern side of the Aravalli ranges. Clear? Why not the western side? Because again, till the time it crosses the western, the Aravalli ranges and it moves to the western side, it is not having any moisture now to cause any rains that side. Okay, this is the reason, children, the western Rajasthan area is actually more drier as compared to the eastern Rajasthan. Eastern part of Rajasthan, which is lying on the east of Aravalli ranges. Clear now? So this is one region which is getting scanty rainfall by the southwest monsoons. Okay. Another region which is actually getting heavy, a very scanty rainfall during this season is the Leh and Ladakh region. Okay. Again, that is lying in the leeward side, on the leeward side of the Himalayan ranges. Right. So these winds are not able to cause any rains towards that side. That's why these are also one of the drier regions. Especially during this season, it is totally dry. Okay. So this is all about the southwest monsoon season. Right. The pressure condition, temperature condition and the rainfalls. Okay. Now, as these monsoons reach in India, right, 2-3 terms you should understand, children. One is the burst of monsoon, pre-monsoon shower, right, break of monsoon. All these we have discussed in the earlier video. So you should understand all these terms well. Okay, children. Now, after this comes the third season, which is actually, what is it now? Yes, the retreating monsoon season. Again, it is related with the monsoons, right? Now, this southwest monsoon, which has covered the entire India till the, you can say, first week of September almost, right? It covers the entire part of India now, right? After that, as the September comes, children, you all know it very well, the apparent movement of sun starts from the Tropic of Cancer towards the southern side. Because 21st of June is the summer solstice, when the sun rays fall vertically over the Tropic of Cancer, right? This is why, because of direct sun rays which fall over the almost central part of India, right? Why? Because Tropic of Cancer is passing through the almost the center of India only. Clear? We all know it very well that during the summer solstice, the sun rays fall vertically over the Tropic of Cancer. This is the reason for very high temperature in the interior parts and causing it to develop into a low pressure area. Okay. Now, as the time passes, children, now from the summer solstice, now we are actually talking about the September month. Okay. Now, slowly and slowly, you will find that the sun is actually the apparent movement, right? It is not actually, the sun is not moving at all, but it appears, right, that the apparent movement of sun is actually towards the south, right? It starts moving towards south. Okay. As it starts moving towards south, naturally the extreme low pressure which had developed in the northern plains of India, now it starts getting weak. Okay. And this makes the reversal of the monsoons. Monsoons start receding back. Okay. And these monsoons, then that particular period is called as retreating of monsoons. Retreating of monsoons. Right. And this season is called as retreating monsoon season. What is this season now? You can say the second half of September and October, November. Right. This is the period when we actually have the retreating monsoon season in India. Okay, when the monsoons actually retreat back. Now, the retreating of monsoon is a period when you will find, children, still the temperature is comparatively higher throughout India. Right? Temperatures are also high. Right? And along with that, because of heavy rainfalls which had been there during the rainy season, the moisture level is also very high. Okay, so that makes actually a very uncomfortable condition to develop during that time, and which is typically called as October heat. Okay, this is an important feature of the retreating of monsoons. October heat is an important feature of the retreating of monsoons, children. Now what happens during the October heat? Temperatures are high and the moisture also get very high, and that makes actually very uncomfortable condition to develop. Many times it is also called as a sultry weather condition. Sultry weather condition develops, right? Many times you must have felt also, at times it happens that the sweat is there and it doesn't get dry so easily, right? Pasina hota hai par sookta nahi hai jaldi. So what is the reason behind it? This is the thing, children. When moisture is too much in the atmosphere, evaporation becomes less. Okay? And this happens during that time. Moreover, moisture is too much and temperature is also still high. So that creates very unhealthy condition to develop. Okay, that is typically called as October heat. Clear now? And during the retreating of monsoons, little bit of rainfall is experienced in the you can say over the eastern coastal area of India, right? Now after this, till you can say till November, right? This happens. The retreating of monsoon period is there, right? And the monsoons leave the, you can say, Kerala at the end, right? Kerala is the you can say the state which receives the monsoons first and which leaves the monsoon also the last, right? So first to experience the monsoon and last to experience the monsoon is Kerala. Okay? Now, after the retreating monsoon season, now it is November end almost, right? Now that is the period you can easily feel that because we are there in India, so we know it very well, the seasons we have, right? So that is actually the winter, starting of winters during the end of November. Okay, so that is actually called as the winter season. Okay, winter season in India. Now what are the conditions during that time in India? You can say here that due to the winter condition, now again, because the sun, apparent movement of sun is towards the southern hemisphere, right? So now the temperature conditions get very low in India, especially when we talk about the interior parts of India again, right? In the interior parts of India, which are away from the influence of sea and oceans, right? Or you can say the sea breeze and land breeze. There you will find the temperature conditions actually get very low. And during the extreme winter season, you will find the temperatures go at several places even lower than 0 degree. So in the plains of India, I am saying, right? As you go towards the western side, right, the temperatures go even lower. Clear? Now this is actually the condition during the winters. Okay, now extreme, you can say extremely low temperatures which develop here, right, in the interior parts of India. What about the coastal area? Coastal region still has got a moderate temperature condition, not so cold winters. The reason for that, again, if you remember the reason, in the coastal area, this entire region is under the influence of sea breeze and land breeze. So neither it gets the summers very hot nor the winters very cold. This is the reason even during the extreme cold weather condition, right, during extreme cold winters, you'll find the temperatures in the entire coastal area almost remains 25 or 20 or like that. Okay, not so cold. Whereas you'll find in the interior parts of India, the temperatures go around 5 degrees is a common thing, you know, right? At several places it goes very close to 0 also, right? So this is actually the difference only because of the nearness of this area towards the sea, right? Any area which lies in the coastal region or very close to the you can say sea or ocean bodies, that gets the effect of land and sea breeze, which makes it to develop into a moderate temperature condition, right? So this is about the southern parts and the interior parts of India. What about the extreme northern sides? Again, during the winter season, because already during summers it's cold, right? Because of high altitudinal area. So what will happen during the winters? During winters it goes very low. Temperatures are very low in those areas, right? At high mountainous area, the temperatures go in minus. So this is the temperature condition of the entire Indian subcontinent, right? Now what about the atmospheric pressure condition? Now see, because both these things are interrelated, you know. So when there is extremely low temperature condition which develops in the interior parts of India, what will happen now? It develops into a very high pressure area in this part. Okay, so this area develops into a very high pressure region, and as compared to that, if you see over the sea and the ocean bodies, the temperature conditions are still a little higher, which makes it to develop into a low pressure area. In the interior parts of India, extremely high pressure develops, and the nearby ocean and the sea waters, there is low pressure area. So what will happen now? Yes, because the winds blow from high to low. So now the winds blow from the land towards the sea or the ocean bodies, right? Now the winds start blowing from the land towards the sea, just opposite of the southwest monsoons. They start blowing towards from the land towards sea. Now because the winds start blowing from land towards sea, they are totally dry. They don't have any moisture with them. And as they are dry, they don't cause any rainfall anywhere except one region where these monsoons, these winds actually cross over the Bay of Bengal region and they get some moisture from here. They cause rainfall over the which coast is this? This is Coromandel coast, right? So the rainfall during this season is caused over the Coromandel coastal area, or you can say the Tamil Nadu region. Okay, so I hope this much is very clear to you all. Yes, and this is actually happening during the extreme winter season, which lead to the development of northeast monsoons. Why northeast monsoons? Because you can see here these winds blow from northeast direction towards southwest, right? So these are also called as the northeast monsoons. Clear now? All these are coming under the different seasons of India. So there are 4 seasons in India. Number 1 is hot and dry summer season. Number 2 is the southwest monsoon season. Number 3 is the retreating monsoon season, and number 4 is the cold weather conditions, or you can say the cold season, right, or the northeast monsoon season. These are the 4 seasons we have in India, which are very much related with the monsoon winds. Now regarding the local winds and a few examples of the climatic data, we are going to discuss all these things in the next video. Now the local winds and the climatic data, all these things we are going to discuss in the next video, children. So don't forget to see the next video also, right? And again, before saying bye, you have to share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe the channel so that you are going to get the notifications whenever there is any new video getting uploaded in the channel. You will get the information about it. Okay? Bye, children.